Right, Fire Department is running a Santa Fund to help support local children who are in need of toys. Donation boxes are set up at different places throughout the NEK, including the fire station and Passumpsic Savings Bank. They anticipate about 600 families will sign their kids up for the drive. Probationary firefighter Ryan Pilo knows that some families rely on the drive to give their kids the Christmas they deserve.
It's huge for the people that can't afford a Christmas for their children. We can help them out a little bit, just get them started. Some people rely on it every year, so it's, oh, thank you. But then you bring a food box to the elderly woman or man, and they're like, oh man, this is amazing. And so
the presents will be handed out to the kids on December 21st. A local Christmas time charity is celebrating its 27th year.
3 state representative. News 7's Mike Laverty spoke with Aldridge about his campaign.
In his first ever campaign, Philip Aldridge is looking to make a difference in the town of St. Johnsbury. Throughout his campaign, Aldridge has been greeting people door to door and also has been hosting campaign events like pizza parties on weeknights. Aldridge's campaign has physically taken a toll on him, partially because he is balancing out his campaign with a full-time job.
I work up at London State College for the food service company there. I'm currently employed there as a baker, one of many hats that I've had since I've been there, the 3 years that I've been there.
Aldridge explained how he was inspired to run for state representative by former presidential candidate Bernie Sanders.
I was greatly inspired by Senator Sanders' presidential campaign, and with the momentum that created, I feel like now is the chance where we can really affect change.
When it comes to the issues that St. Johnsbury is facing, Aldridge feels that the focus needs to be on affordable housing and education.
We have to maintain local control, local say in how a school is run.
Aldridge feels that the town of St. Johnsbury is being misled by current seat members, Republicans Jansen Wilhoit and Scott Beck.
The last 2 years, we've had 2 Republicans in office, both of whom believe they know what St. Johnsbury needs. St. Johnsbury, on November 8th, is going to tell you they did not know what St. Johnsbury needs.
Reporting for News 7, I'm Mike Laverty in St. Johnsbury.
According to his website, Aldridge will be attending this Saturday's farmers market in St. Johnsbury.
Was established in 2015 to continue to keep the attraction going after owner Stephen and Gwen Hunick passed away. The Hunicks were known for their amazing work of making Dog Mountain the world-renowned gallery and dog park that it is today.
Stephen Hunick is more than a folk artist or whimsical artist. He's an important American artist, and that's an equally important facet of what we're trying to do here, is to preserve that legacy.
They are a non-profit organization, and thanks to a $75,000 grant from the U.S. Department of Agriculture, they finally got the helping hands and paws they need.
These dollars that we just received from the USDA Rural Development through their Rural Business Enterprise Grant Program is really seed money for the nonprofit organization to establish itself and build up a base so that we can ultimately manage and own and operate what we see here today.
However, the work doesn't stop here. The future of Dog Mountain relies on more contributions to keep the momentum going.
We absolutely will need to build more and more. This is going to allow us to build momentum, establish our organization, start doing some fundraising. We've got a lot of work to do here on the site and the buildings to really sort of bring it back up to snuff and keep it relevant and exciting.
General Manager Pam McCann wants to eventually have artists live on the property and demonstrate their artistic talents, making Dog Mountain better than it already is and creating new fundraising opportunities.
A lot more events here, dog events, music, a little bit of theater.
No matter what the future plans turn out to be for Dog Mountain, it looks like the tails will keep wagging for years to come. Reporting for News 7, I'm Dan Stein.
Hi guys.
In St. Johnsbury.
Hello. I'm Sarah.
I'm Dan.
Nice to meet you.
It may not even be Halloween, but Hope, the nonprofit organization in Lyndonville, already has their Christmas trees up and decorated. Hope is looking for people to sponsor children by picking an ornament with a child's name on it. The sponsor then receives a list of the children's interest and clothes sizes so they can pick an appropriate present. According to Yvette O'Connor, they set up the tree this year early to give families more time to buy the presents.
You know, they're not just buying for this one child, they're buying for their own family. So it gives them more time to buy. I think it's less pressure. You could see they're excited.
Close to 300 kids throughout the Northeast Kingdom are sponsored every year. The deadline to sign up is November 19th, and the deadline to bring in presents is December 3rd.
Only thing she focuses on.
Marsha Martell has a passion for the Northeast Kingdom where she was born and raised, and even though she's running unopposed in this upcoming election, that isn't stopping her from helping her community.
Of course, I live in Waterford, so I see the people a lot more. And my favorite place to go is to the dumps. Saturday morning, you see everybody. And they welcome you there, and people come up and ask you questions. And I've been to the dumps, and they says, you don't have anybody running against you. And I says, yes, but you're still my constituent, you're my concerns. Well, what do you have for questions?
Growing up, Marsha was one of 14 siblings, and while she may have faced a crowded dinner table as a child, she believes quality is better than quantity when it comes to Vermont laws.
Quality over quantity, exactly. We have so many bills, I think they should put a limit on how many bills we have over there. Don't have you go over there for your own personal agenda, because it's the agenda of the people of Vermont.
Vermont's Act 46 is something Marsha has been vocal about, and she feels it all comes down to fairness.
I think the Act 46 has got to get straightened out. I think it's going to hurt a lot of people, a lot of towns, a lot of kids. And when you've got some parts of the state that are spending $18,000 to $20,000 and some that are spending $8,000, it's not fair for the students.
But that's not all she has a passion for.
I love gardening. I have a big garden. I do a lot of canning.
Dan Stein, News 7, Waterford.
The new Stepping Stones Inn in Lyndonville is preparing to take on a lot of leaf peepers this fall, despite recently dry conditions in the Northeast. These conditions could affect some of the area's foliage, but innkeeper Suzanne Falschbart says that so far, business has been better than usual.
We've had guests that come over from, the Lake Champlain area, and they were saying how crunchy their grass was and how much greener we were than. We're just looking for people that just come up and enjoy and relax, and that we can make happy. If people leave here with a smile and they've had a good time, then we've done our job.
Falschbart says the inn opened in July and is still undergoing construction.
Lyndon youth football team has been undefeated the last 2 years before suffering a loss in their first game of the season 2 weeks ago. But it's not all about winning, says coach Matt Shartner.
That's our biggest goal, is safety and making sure everybody has fun. Win or lose, as long as they had fun, that's all we care about. Teaching them the basics and the fundamentals, and then they move on to the 7-8 where they get more of the high school aspect of it to get them ready for high school and the next level up.
Team beat Barry by a score of 13-6.
News 7's Matt Nelson has more.
Fall has officially begun, and so has apple season. Students from around the Northeast Kingdom come to Burt's Apple Orchard.
But this time of year is definitely the most fun. Getting to meet new people and see people that come every year with their families. And
the smell of Cheryl's cider donuts were in the air, drawing people to the farm.
Seeing people eat one of my donuts for the first time, because it's usually, oh my God, these are so good.
Cheryl has worked at Burt's for 4 years and has loved every second of it.
It's just, I love the people, and we have a lot of out-of-staters come up, and I get to visit with different people. It's an awesome place to work.
Out of the 40 varieties of apples that they grow, McIntosh, Cortland, Macallan, and Honeycrisp are their most popular flavors.
Mostly those. And we kind of figured that out as we started the orchard that, we got to plant more of those.
Students from 4 Seasons of Learning were there to pick apples and make something for their farm-to-school program.
Beginning of the tour, they learn how an apple is grown, and then they are able to pick it, bring it back to the school, and then with the farm-to-school program, they will have an opportunity to make something of the apples, whether it's applesauce or apple pie or something to go into their meals that they eat at school.
According to Bert, once you've visited the orchard, you're bound to come back.
I think it's really important that kids are able to eat food that comes from the places that they live in, you know. So having apples and then going to the orchard to see those apples right where they grow and picking a few yourself, I think it's really important to the community.
And you can have your chance to visit the orchard as they are open till October 31st. Matt Nelson, News 7, Cabot.
In addition, Burt's also has a pumpkin patch where you can pick your own pumpkins.
Hunting season and hunters are gearing up. News 7's Dan Fenton got a chance to see what it's like to score the big kill.
Bear hunting season is in full swing all across the great state of Vermont. And Linwood Smith is gearing up and sighting in his rifle to get ready for the upcoming season.
It's just a great experience to be out there in the woods to see what kind of animals are out there and just enjoy the outdoors.
And Smith isn't just planning on enjoying the outdoors, he is also planning a hunter's safety course at his home October 8th and 15th for anyone looking to join the hunt.
There we go. That one really went.
And Smith also had some safety tips for hunters readying to score big.
So you got to be really careful about that. Be sure of your target before you take the safety off.
According to Commissioner Lewis Porter, there have been a lot of human-bear conflicts this year. He doesn't think it's a reflection of the population size as much as other factors.
Keep garbage barrels not even around because they can really smell.
According to the Vermont Department of Fish and Wildlife's website, a fed bear is a dead bear.
Well, there's a lot of hungry bear out there.
Dan Fenton, News 7, St. Johnsbury.
And for those lucky enough to take home a bear, the Vermont Department of Fish and Wildlife is asking for bear teeth from hunters so biologists can collect information about the state's bear population. They use the teeth submitted by hunters to determine the ages of bears, as well as the sex data to estimate the number of bears and the health of the bear population. Envelopes submitting teeth are available at all big game check stations, and bear hunting season will run through November 11th.
Holiday cooking demo was underway today at the Norris Cotton Cancer Center in St. Johnsbury. Dietitian Elise Cushman puts on these demos once every few months by giving people a taste of her delicious recipes. News 7's Dan Stein tells us more.
Today at the Norris Cotton Cancer Center, the focus was on healthy and engaging options. These cooking demos teach attendees how they can keep the weight off during the holiday season.
I mean, here and there, it can add up. And I believe the average person gains anywhere from like 3 to 5 pounds, you know, from the end of Halloween to New Year's. And that's pant size.
But to be healthy and look healthy, certain things have to work together.
Health and cooking go hand in hand, and not everyone has the ability to do that. So for me, I'm very passionate about it.
Putting on these demos isn't the only thing Elise is passionate about. Caring for her patients is a top priority.
Being, you know, we're family to them and they're family to us. I mean, we learn more about them and what they go through, and sometimes they can open up to us more than they can their caregivers.
And Elise hopes that the recipes she shares with her patient family, they will share with their own families too.
I think that's it.
Dan Stein, News 7, St. Johnsbury.
The next cooking demo Cushman